The numbers are in, and they're looking pretty good. With businesses reevaluating how they'll operate in our changing world, the need for financial expertise is booming. So that begs the question, how do you make your application stand out from other candidates who want to take advantage of this upward trend? That's where I can help. I'm Anna, a professional career writer here at Resume.io. In this video, I'll walk you through each step needed to make your resume stack up, whether you're creating your first accounting resume or giving your existing one a facelift. Let's get started. Before we can get to writing, we need to make a few decisions about the layout of our resume. The hiring manager is going to develop a first impression of you just based on the design. So let's look for something that exudes professionalism and trustworthiness. Which one should we use? I like this one, London. Looks very organized, which is a great quality for an accountant. Great, so now I've got my blank template and I'm ready to start filling it in. The top part is the header section, which is the first thing that the hiring manager will see. You'll need to add your name, contact details. Just remember to use a professional sounding email address. Princess Cutie is not gonna cut it for your grown-up accounting job. One more tip specifically for accountants, make sure to fill in this job title field. In 1 second, it tells the hiring manager both the job you're looking for and that you have the essential qualifications for the role. On to the summary. You might have heard this be called the profile or the personal statement. Since the rest of your accounting resume is going to be based on your technical skills, let's use this as an opportunity to toss in a little personality. It tells the hiring manager more about who you are as a person. Remember to use evocative verbs and personal statements. There, that looks better. You'll be winning over the hiring manager before you can say a financial forecast. And now there's just one thing missing, and it's pretty much what defines you as an accountant: your certifications. Unlike other professions, you actually want to mention the most important one or two in the summary section. If you have more than that, I'll show you how to add the rest further down on your resume. Before we go any further, if you're still feeling stuck, you can find this example I'm building in this link. It's got all the important sections, including a great summary, so you can customize it for your own experience. Speaking of experience, now we're at the employment history section. This is where we really get into the weeds. This should be the longest part of your resume, but even if you have limited experience, there are loads of ways to pull out why your experience makes you the right candidate for the job. Let's start with the basics. I'm going to add in my first job. For each position, you should include job title, employer, start and end date, and location. Easy, right? Now you can drop the humility and show off a little bit. Include a bullet point list outlining your responsibilities and achievements in that role. Quantifiable examples are amazing for this, especially since as an accountant, you're the numbers person. Let me add in a little something here. See how that went from a vague statement to a clear success metric? And I just want to reorganize these so that they're in reverse chronological order. That means starting with the most recent first. This is how you should list your employment history and your education sections. Speaking of education, I'm assuming you didn't just sit in your parents' basement and teach yourself how to do all this bookkeeping, so let's make sure we put that degree to work in the education section. Let's start with that hard-earned master's. School, degree, start and end dates, location, done. If you're early in your career, you can expand your resume with additional financial or accounting courses if you have space, or add some bullet points that mention any awards or accolades you got in your formal education. Now, if you have multiple certifications, you might actually want to list them in their own subsection. In accounting, the skills section should focus on hard skills. However, we're on a mission here to help you win the professional love and appreciation of the hiring manager, so let's humanize all of your awesome accounting achievements with at least one soft skill too. As you update your resume for each job, this section is the perfect place to make sure the skills you add here line up with the job description. And that's it. You've just created a resume with all the key information that shows why you're the right fit for the job. But before you go, let me give you my top 5 tips to keep your resume extra sharp. Number 1, get to the point. Unless you've got decades of experience under your belt, it's best to keep your resume to just 1 page, at least when applying in the US or Canada. If you're overflowing with things to say, just adapt your resume for the specific situation by taking off certain bullet points when they're not relevant, for example. Number 2, spell check. I cannot stress this enough. Whether it's built into the resume builder or you have your grammar snob friend proofread it right before the deadline, please make sure there are no typos or other mistakes before you submit. And number 3, formatting counts. Make sure to balance the amount of white space and text so that the page is easy to read. And remember, a great looking resume will capture the hiring manager's attention and tell them you're serious about the position. Look for a template with a header that matches the tone of the company. And number 4, get specific. The job description is your personal cheat sheet. Look for duties and skills that are important to the employer and put them on your resume while being completely honest about your experience. And number 5, save it right. If you're emailing or printing, a PDF is the way to go because the formatting won't change between computers. But if you need to upload your resume to an online application, make sure to check if the employer prefers a Word doc. And that's all there is to it. You've got everything you need to write that job-winning resume. Make sure to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel for even more videos on making your application the best it can be. Now it's time to go out there and get that job.